Hey guys, and welcome back to another week of weekly Coldplay. My name is Monica,
My name is Daniel.
and we are a weekly podcast all about
You guessed it.
Chapel Roan. Knee deep in the passenger seat in your. Ooh! Is it casual
Is it
now?
casual now?
Coldplay, Chapel, collab win. That's all I gotta say.
Right now.
We have a loaded episode this week. We have the Feels Like I'm Falling in Love remix by Zerb, and hopefully pronouncing that right. And then we have so much tour news and so much to touch on with the Moon Lounge and Moon Music snippets and a whole lots of everything. We Pray studio version.
And
Um,
so we
and so we pray. Yeah, I this week, y'all should have just seen our notes because it was just like one thing after another. I thought it was just gonna be like a dry week. Nope. Um, and I
we
know.
keep track of notes in a Discord channel, and
Mhm.
I got a warning from Discord that my message with all the notes in it was going to be too long to send.
Yeah, that's how you know. That's how you know it's a lot of notes. And also another thing, I know last week we kind of teased that we are gonna talk about another Fliffle music lyric video, which is the Fliffle fan lyric video that was put together by everyone at the on the Coldplay Discord. But because there's so much to talk about this week, we're gonna save that for next week. So for sure, we're gonna talk about the "Feels Like I'm Falling in Love" fan lyric video next week. I'm in it, just so you know. So you should watch it if you haven't watched it already. Um, but yeah, speaking of "Feels Like I'm Falling in Love," the remix version that just dropped. Well, it was on Friday, right? Yeah, it was on Friday. Um, my week, my
Well,
days have
Thursday for
been.
us.
Oh yeah, yeah, Thursday for us. But no, it was still midnight Friday.
We were listening to it Thursday. The video came out Friday, but we were listening to it on Thursday
Oh,
on Spotify.
my days have been kind of like all mixed together because I got COVID this week. Woohoo! Um, and so I don't know what day, time, year, month, anything
Monica,
is.
you missed it. Moon Music already came out.
Oh my god. Yeah, how is it?
It's fantastic.
Oh,
I
that's
Am a
good.
Mountain is my favorite song ever
Yeah.
written.
Uh-huh. Uh Personally, I
And
like
you're on it.
Jupiter. Yeah.
Oh, I wonder why you like Jupiter.
Cuz it's gay and I'm on it. There's a weird correlation in there. Anyway, um Feels Like I'm Falling in Love remix. Which had like a cute I really like the pink. Like the album cover, the single cover was pink. I thought that was kind of cute. Sorry. That's
Yeah,
just
that was cute.
yeah.
And we got a lot of like lead up. All the lead up and hype to it and the release came since our last episode. So like
Yeah.
we started by getting like little videos of Chris and Zerb in the studio, like working on it and recording and uh I don't know. They said Johnny was dreamy, right? That's
Yeah,
what I
yeah.
remember.
Yeah. Johnny is dreamy. Not his guitar, Johnny Buckland himself, which we already knew. Um, and Chris loves to remind us all about that. So, you know,
Every day he wakes up, he says, Johnny is dreamy.
yeah. I think that's like a note that he has like written somewhere, probably like on his
On
ceiling or
his mirror.
something. On his mirror. Yeah. Perfect. Um, anyway, we're eventually going to talk about what we think about this song. Um, I like it better than the Higher Power remixes that came out. It's fine. Like I'm not like the biggest like Coldplay remix fan. Um I'm just super picky. Like once I get used to like how a song sounds, when it gets remixed, I'm like, well, that's not how it sounds like, and then I get confused.
I'll be honest with this. I actually enjoy some of the higher power remixes. Um,
Wow, really?
this one, yeah, I have fond memories now because they would come on that big Coldplay playlist when I was riding my bicycle around Colorado.
Yeah.
Um, but I didn't like this remix that much. Maybe if I listen to it more often, it'll grow on me,
Mhm.
but I was really thrown that the lyrics were different, and I didn't like that it didn't have the after it goes feels like it didn't have it didn't have that bit, and I was sad.
Bum
I
bum.
missed it.
That part.
Yeah, it's important to me. It's really special. It lives in my heart. Um, I overall I liked the ending, like the whole last bit of the song from the la 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 lowly low that bit all the
Yeah.
way through, like the whole ending and the fade out. I enjoyed, and I think maybe I was like primed to enjoy it from watching
Mhm.
that video of them working on it in the studio. But I vibed with it. Johnny was dreamy.
Yeah.
The strings were great. Um, but the rest of it, the meat of the song, was not it for me, really.
I mean, again, I'm pretty much like indifferent about it. I like it, fine. Like I won't really skip it. It's not one of the skippable remixes for me. Whenever I'm driving around in my car, so that's a plus. That's always a plus for me in remixes. I have like this huge. I have this ginormous Coldplay playlist called Coldplay Complete Reel. And it has like everything and remixes, live, other songs that Chris
It's
was
on
featured
other
on.
people's songs.
Yeah, and whenever I first made that, I was debating on if I should even put the remixes on there because I was always like just really iffy on them. But you know, I'm slowly trying to get into more of the remixes and stuff. And so again, this one compared to the other ones that I've heard, Higher Power, My Universe. I only really like the Supernova 7, My Universe remix. What else? Let Somebody Go. I don't like any of those remixes. Um, so yeah, this one is a little bit
That
higher.
one something just like this remix that like is just absolutely wild. Like it keeps.
Oh yeah,
I,
I don't know which. I know which one you're talking about, but I don't remember what it's by because I always skip it. But it's
except for that one time you didn't skip it, and we were just losing our minds.
yeah, yeah. Well, and yeah, I'm purely comparing this to Mott's era remixes. This one I do have to rank a little bit higher, comparatively. Um, and also there was a music video that came out with this, um, with the remix, and I thought that the music video is really really cute and it complements um, the song really well, and I think that's where most of my enjoyment for the song actually comes from, is from that music video. A music video actually features um, a dancer called Christian Fandry. Hopefully, I'm pronouncing his name correctly. Um, and he is literally just dancing the streets of either Dusseldorf or Helsinki. I think it's Helsinki. I think I read
I'm
somewhere
pretty
that
sure it's
someone said
Helsinki.
Helsinki. Um,
I
and
thought it was Helsinki as
yeah, and he's just dancing the streets with the I don't remember if we've actually explained Electric Universe. I think we have. So with the Electric Universe head piece,
well. I think I
Chris's alien
explained it.
head.
I just wasn't sure if you cut it out or not.
I don't think I did. So you know. But yeah, I like the music video. It's cute. I mean, it's just dancing in the street, and plus Chris joins in at the end, and I always love it when Chris dances. Um,
It was in Helsinki. I just double checked.
okay, cool. But yeah, I really like it, and it makes me enjoy the song more. What about you, Daniel?
Yeah, I was actually about to say the same thing. I really enjoyed it, and it is like the thing that makes the song enjoyable for me was like watching this video, I can vibe with the song because I had a lot of fun with it. Ever since Glastonbury when he first came on stage, I've enjoyed Christian dancing, although I was a little disappointed to find out he wasn't the security guard.
Yeah,
That would have been cool. Um, but yeah, also Zerb is like in the video, like sitting by the street, like playing music, and Electric Universe just like dances past him. It's very cute. The whole thing's very cute. Um,
yeah.
it encapsulates the vibe of Electric Universe to me, of that like alien head character, who I'm quite fond of, even though he is a little terrifying, but
Yeah.
not as terrifying as Angel Moon, so that makes up for it.
Yeah. um and I just want to touch on this at the end of the video where it's Chris and Christian dancing. Um there is this part where like okay, like they click their heels a couple of times and then they just start spinning around, and like the spinning reminds me of Singing in the Rain, and it made me really really happy because I love Singing in the Rain. If you know me, you know that like I went through this whole like Singing in the Rain hyperfixation, Gene Kelly hyperfixation. So that honestly that hasn't even gone away. But you know, that made me
I was gonna say went through.
yeah, well, you know, it's not as intense as it used to be. I'm not watching Golden Age musicals like every day like I used to. I need to get back to doing that though. My parents got
We
rid of
can do it
TCM.
together so I can watch some for the first time.
Oh
Dear
my
listener, I have not seen actual Singing in the Rain. My knowledge comes from watching Monica perform the whole movie for me live.
Oh my god.
Um,
Okay. Yeah. No, that's definitely what we're going to do next time we hang out cuz I love that movie so much to my core. And listener, you should watch Singing in the Rain to see what I'm talking about with the music video. Um
Sorry, we lied. This episode's not about Chapel Run. It's about Singing in the
yeah, yeah.
Rain.
Um why can't it be both? Huh? Like it could be both.
It could be both.
But yeah, overall, the music video is super cute. Um, the song to me is fine, but I think over time I'll probably get like really fond of it. As I do with like literally every Coldplay song except for one. You already know the one. Hashtag Project Everno.
Hashtag Project Ever. No.
Yeah, exactly. Um, and yeah, what's your final thoughts on it?
Yeah, I mean, I'm at the same place. I really liked the video. I wouldn't like seek out listening to the song again. Like I have feels like I'm falling in love on a couple playlists, but I don't think I would add the remix. But when I'm listening to the big Coldplay complete playlist, I wouldn't skip it. I'm not as picky
Yeah.
about skipping things as you are, though. I don't skip as many things.
Oh, I
I
say.
think I probably, if I listen to it more, I'll grow
Yeah.
a little fonder of it. That's happened to me with a lot of Coldplay songs. That happened to me in the beginning with just Coldplay in general. So,
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't shut up about Coldplay, and then you gave in and actually gave them a real listen,
well,
a
I had
proper
to
listen.
listen to it like at least 3 times before I started getting really into it.
Yeah. And now here we are talking about Coldplay all the time.
Yeah. I showed up at Monica's job today and she ran at me in the mid. I thought there was like a workplace crisis that she was running towards someone for because she was going, it's important, it's important. But then she was pointing at me. It was a video of Coldplay things.
That we will talk about here in a little bit.
All right, so other news, we've got a bit. Uh, First off, Culture City, who does the sensory bags in the sensory room at Coldplay shows, released a video interviewing Zach, who, if you watched the Glastonbury show, you might remember from Jumbotron. He had a pineapple on his head. Um,
Yeah.
and they talked to him about like why inclusivity matters, and he talked about like being autistic and being someone who's a fan of Coldplay and seeing the kind of impact that can have for people who want to be able to enjoy the concert, but it can be like a difficult and stressful environment. I really loved the video. I'm
Yeah.
autistic, and so
I'm
um,
also
it
autistic.
was really, yeah, it was really special to me. If you couldn't tell, we make a podcast talking about Coldplay every single week because we're autistic.
Yeah.
Um,
You wouldn't know it, but it's it's our special interest. I mask it really
um,
well.
yeah, hide it
N-
so well.
Yeah.
What, you like Coldplay? I didn't know that. Great
Great
news.
news.
And we also got a clip from Anna Lee, the photographer at the Coldplay concerts, where you can see the um, hazards of working in a job environment that involves so much confetti.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Real hazardous.
we also headline news for the evening. We got another video of Chris
Oh
signing
my
those
god.
little art cards.
Oh my
And
god.
while he's signing them, he's singing along to Casual by Chapel Roan. He's getting so into it, he messes up a card, tears it up, and then keeps going and then writes on one of the cards, I love Chapel Roan songs. So that's
That
the golden ticket. That's the real one.
when I tell you I have watched that video every single day. Every day on a loop. All right? I cannot stop watching it. It makes me so happy. I love Chapel and I love Coldplay. Like, yeah, that video means a lot to me, okay? It means a lot. I love it. There's a little emote in the Discord that B Man made of Chris, doing the whenever, the part's supposed to be and you're in me out. And but Chris, covered his mouth and went ee hee hee. Um there's an emo in the Discord of that part, and I've been using it religiously. I'm obsessed with it. I'm obsessed with Chris. I'm obsessed with Chapel. Yeah, stream Chapel
So
Roan.
that's why you should and join the Coldplay fan Discord so that you can use that emote. Um, that's
Yeah,
the reason to be
yeah,
there.
yeah. That's the
I
true
actually
reason.
I do use Coldplay Discord emotes so often. Like they are a huge boon of being part of that server. There's a lot of great ones. Um, so we also got a post from Maisie Peters, who has been opening shows for Coldplay, and she wrote a very sweet post after her last show with them, talking about how she has had a dream of supporting them, and she loves Viva La Vida, and just she loves Coldplay, and she loved supporting them, and it was a dream come true. I just love that, like, every time you get people working with Coldplay, you get people talking about how fantastic it is to work with Coldplay. It's really sweet.
Yeah, and like how people have been like longtime fans, and then they get to like fulfill this dream to like open for Coldplay or work with Coldplay. Like that's just like super cool. Like that's my dream. And I love seeing people be happy and fulfill their dreams with Coldplay, and I want that to be me one day. Next, Feels Like I'm Falling in Love hits top 10 on Billboard, and now Coldplay are one of only three bands, including U2 and the Dave Matthews Band, to have had 25 top 10s. Um, that's wild. Good for Coldplay to. I mean, they're just so prolific, right? They're
For Coldplay, but I was honestly shocked this was only number 25.
Yeah, yeah. I am shocked, but then I'm not shocked. Like I don't know.
I think my perspective might be distorted, not
Mhm.
just from being such a big fan, but from even longer than I've been a fan, having known you and worked in a workplace where you controlled the music, to
Yeah.
where I maybe think some Coldplay songs are more well known than they actually are.
Yeah. I'm sorry to say that Ode to Deodorant is not actually really well known. It's a banger though. Is an ode to deodorant. It's my thing. It's like my goal every week to sing ode to deodorant on this podcast. I love that song so much. And that's the point where actually if the band was listening. That's the point where they actually turn it off. Turn off the podcast.
Um, there was also an interview. I I don't think I'm even going to try to pronounce the name of the people they did the
I think
interview
it's
with. I
Yule.
will spell it for you. I will spell it for you right now. It's YLE. They're Finnish. This was in Helsinki while they were there for the Helsinki portion of their tour. And
Called
Coldplay have
Sinky.
not, they don't do a lot of interviews. This was their only interview so far on the European portion of the tour they're doing this summer. But it was their first time in Helsinki, so they thought the occasion warranted an interview. It was Chris and Johnny, and so started off strong with Johnny mispronouncing the names of Finnish footballers. He actually did a pretty good job. Um, he did better than I think he was expecting. Um, they talked about how they went to the sauna. They went swimming in the sea and then they went to the sauna and like Chris was some tiny little Englishman next to giant Finnish guys. Um
That's so
and
funny to me
they
because Chris is massive. Chris is literally like 6'2". That's so
well,
funny.
maybe something got lost in translation, but I think that is to be clear, some parts of this I was able to watch in English, but some parts of this I had to translate from Finnish to English and
Hmm.
so
Thank
not always
God for
100%
Duolingo.
clear on things. I have not studied Finnish on Duolingo. I've studied Welsh on Duolingo, but
No, you can talk to Johnny.
um, I could say Asgalawan.
Yeah,
um,
yeah, his old school.
um, they talked a little bit like more heartfelt about like touring. They said that they know that their place as a band is touring. They talked about how they feel concerts are special because they're a place where all kinds of different people can come together peacefully, and it's one of the only like huge gatherings of that kind that there still are. And they talked about how the more they see like injustice and conflict in the world, the more they want to bring like love and a message of love everywhere they go. Um, they also made okay, this part was hard for me to translate and then parse the translation. I think the joke Chris made is that Moon Music is going to be mostly just covers of Finnish rock band Lordi, and all the lyrics are in Finnish so that they can get into the Finnish market.
Oh my
I think
gosh.
that's what they said. I'm pretty, that sounds like something Chris would
No,
say,
that's
right?
definitely something Chris would say. 100%.
So actually, we should have moved that to spoilers and speculations. We just found out.
Yeah,
Moon music's all in Finnish.
yeah. So start brushing up on Duolingo right now. You have
Right
two
now,
months.
we're not sponsored by Duolingo. The owl just threatens us every night.
Yeah.
Additionally, this week we got like a sweet message from a paparazzi named Marco who had been trying to get to Chris, and Chris like dodged him. But then later, Chris came up to him and talked about how he really appreciated Marco's etiquette and respect, gave him like a personal photo shoot, did a little catwalk, then got distracted by fans. That stopped the photo shoot, not because Chris ran away from the fans, but so that he could go talk to them and be a nice guy. And then he brought Marco to the show as his guest and even mentioned him during the show as like the nicest paparazzi.
Yeah, that's so
Um,
sweet. And the photos are really nice too. I mean, cause it's
they're
so
cool
funny because
photos.
it is just Chris just walking around, but like, I don't know, makes me very happy. Raves from the Grave is giving away 10 signed albums. Proceeds from the entries are to be donated to young people from charity. Hopefully, I'm pronouncing that correctly. To buy studio time for young musicians in Frome. So yeah, that is Raves from the Grave. I saw that on Instagram. I'm not quite sure what the what the website is, but at least check out their Instagram to enter into that and donate.
Yeah, you can enter by donating a certain amount of euros for each entry, and then if you buy a lot of entries, it's a little cheaper. They're giving away 5 signed CDs and 5 signed records. Um,
Yeah. Maybe one of them says I love Chappell Roan songs. I don't know.
Only one way to find out.
Yeah, exactly. Donate today. And yeah, that's the news. Next, we've got tour notes. Coldplay were they were, as we said, were in Helsinki, Cold Sinky. And we had nights 3 and 4. So Helsinki night 3. Someone unfortunately had fainted during my universe, and so Chris stopped the show, checked on the person, and she ended up being all right. And because of that, there was no restart during A Sky Full of Stars, which is so surprising to me. Um, don't talk to me about what the songbook was. um,
What do you mean? Songbook? I don't know what you're talking about.
yeah, I don't know her. We had Helsinki night 4.
Didn't they have their concert on some kind of international holiday?
What do you mean, Daniel?
Well, yeah, it was Will Champion's birthday.
Oh yeah, yeah, it sure was Will's birthday, and it was so important that they sound checked "Happy Birthday." It's so
And
funny
Will
to
drew
me.
a little movement on his drum. Um,
I
that's
love
just very
movement.
important.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Uh,
so important. Um,
Everyone was terrorized by
go on.
Angel Moon
Yeah.
once again, a menace.
Yeah, Angel Moon was somehow. So Angel Moon during the show tells you to put on moon goggles. During Good Feelings, and she was on top of the monitor. She was on top. I don't know how she got up there. She can fly now. I guess she's got wings. I think she's always had wings. Maybe I could be misremembering Angel Moon entirely, but now she literally is an angel and can fly now. So that's slightly terrifying. Um, and then we also had Don't Panic as songbook on piano. That's super cool. And then back in the rotational spot again is God Put a Smile Upon Your Face, which feels like it's permanent now, as a rotational, which is really dope. We love that. We love to see it. And
Although some
although,
people are speculating it's replacing In My Place as an option for rotational, and that would make me sad.
ah,
Or maybe, eh, yeah, I think some people speculated it's replacing In My Place, and I would miss In My Place.
no, I'm okay with that. I like God Put a Smile Upon Your Face live, more than in my place. Sorry to say, I like both songs a lot, but yeah. And then during C stage, there was no jumbotron at all, and a Finnish band came out to sing "Happy Birthday," in Finnish to Will, and I think his daughter came out to bring him a cake, and he ate a strawberry, and that was
Oh,
adorable.
that's so sweet.
Yeah, yeah, right. And then they also here it goes. And then they also there was a cover of the song. Sorry for my butchering it. Sankarit by Jay. Oh God. Car.
Harjalainen,
Okay, thank you.
Harjalainen,
Thank
something
you.
like that.
Okay, cool.
All right. So, and lastly, wrapping up their time in Helsinki, Helsinki ended up tying Tokyo for first place on the recycling leaderboard. So Helsinki and Tokyo are now both at 97% return rates.
That's
So
great. That's awesome.
everyone else step up.
Yeah.
Give back those bracelets. Don't take them home and put them in your shadow box.
Yeah. Don't do it.
Don't add them to your cute little Coldplay shrines that I'm so jealous of. If you really want one, go back in time to MX era
Yeah, exactly.
and
Yeah,
keep
I
one of
got
those.
two. Or a head full of dreams, Sarah, because you could take those home as well. I want a
Oh.
head full of dreams one as well. I need to go on eBay and get one.
All right, so our charity of the month for this month, finally, a new charity, slightly different from our last charity, is called SaveTheChildren.net. Um, SaveTheChildren.net works with a lot of people, a lot of different places across the world where children are in crisis. They're in, I'm trying to find the exact number of how many countries. I think it was something like 113. Uh, over 100 countries. The first draft for the UN Declaration of the Rights of the Child was written by their founder in 1923. They are the first and largest independent children's rights organization. Um, they believe in three like main facets of what children deserve. Their ambition is to create a world in which all children survive. So no child is dying from preventable causes before they turn 5. All children learn. Every child has access to a quality basic education, and all children are protected from violence. Um, they work they work in a lot of different countries, and so that is the charity we're talking about this month. Uh, you can donate to them. Their website is SaveTheChildren.net, so you can go there to read more about them. And throughout the month, we'll highlight on a couple specific places and what specific things they've been doing there.
Cool. Thank you. Um, yeah, I'm super excited to have a new charity this month to highlight. Um,
So if you would like to submit charities for us to look at and potentially feature on the podcast, you can send them into weeklycoldplay@gmail.com. You could also send any disagreements you have with any of our opinions about Coldplay. Just know that you'll always be wrong because Monica's always right.
correct. All right, and this last bit is going to be our spoilers and speculation for Moon Music, which there's going to be a lot this week. So much this week. So if you don't want to hear any of that at all, thank you for listening. We'll catch you next week. And we'll talk about Moon Music in 2 months' time. Literally 2 months' time from when we are recording this. So soon, and we'll all be talking about it. But thank you for listening. But if you do want to listen to some spoilers and speculations, thank you for sticking around. We'll get right into it. Um, First things first. The video that Coldplay had posted, I'm putting that one. I'm putting that top tier because, they posted a video, a reel, and I think it's also on their TikTok. Whatever. They posted the video of the Moon Lounge of fans in the Moon Lounge. Some people who I do know, and recognize from Twitter, and Discord. They were they were in the Moon Lounge and listening to Eterna, I Am a Mountain, and We Pray. And in this video was the first time we actually got a bit of I'm a Mountain.
Oh my goodness.
I can't believe that we got this. So, as Daniel had said earlier, I ran out to the floor. I was working today, and I ran out onto the floor and was just like, Daniel, this is so important. This is the most important thing right now. And yeah, and we were just on the floor, just like freaking out over I'm a Mountain, as well as Eterna and We Pray. This is insane that they even like. It's insane to me that they're even acknowledging Moon Lounge and I'm a Mountain at all. Like I don't and Eterna. Like that's so crazy to me. It's insane. But if you haven't seen it or heard it yet, I recommend that you pause this, go watch that, and then come back. Because the bit of a turnout that they showed was the part that we have heard, part of Light Club for forever now, for a few years. So, all together now, feel it flow, feel it flow. That was the part. Love that song. And then it was I'm a Mountain.
Rest in
There's
peace, I
so
miss her.
much. What's up?
Oh, about Eterna, I said rest in peace, I miss her.
Yeah.
I like every single thing about I Am a Mountain that we've heard, like people saying things about it, tiny snippets of it, has made me so excited for this song.
Yeah, me too.
I want it right now. I have been like really struggling adjusting to moving back to Texas from Colorado. You know, I miss the mountains. So I'm ready to be a mountain. All right.
Yeah.
I need to have the mountains with me everywhere I go.
Then yeah, then you will be a mountain. Then yeah, it will just be in you forever. Um, and here's the thing: from that video, I am so like every time I watch it, I feel like I black out during the "I'm a Mountain" part, and then I come to when "We Pray" starts because I can't remember a single thing about "I'm a Mountain." Like other than he says that he is a mountain, something about thunder. This is how people feel like whenever they go into Moon Lounge and then like they hear it and then they're trying to describe it. This is what it sounds like. Now I get it. This song is just like I feel like it's like a fever dream and then you come to it's like, huh? What
It
happened?
takes over your body. You become a mountain, literally, while
Yeah.
you're listening to it.
Yeah.
And then
So
you remember the song the same way the mountains remember the breeze, the song of birds, the very beginning of spring when they've come back from hibernation. Like the same way mountains can remember those things. That's how you remember the song. But it's not
yeah.
conducive to describing it. So if you want to know what we're talking about, just go watch the video.
Yeah, yeah, just go watch it and listen to it cuz I yeah. I just get so excited about I'm a Mountain that I just pass out.
And dear listener, if for some strange reason you're listening to this after October 4th, go listen to I Am a Mountain right now. You're in
Yeah,
a better time than us. Take advantage of the precious privilege you have.
exactly. Exactly. You don't know how good you have it right now. And then it jumped to a clip of them listening to "We Pray." And so "We Pray."
Which,
Yeah,
speaking of, we pray.
yeah. Speaking of "We Pray," depending on where you are, well, actually, if you're listening to this on Monday,
Definitely.
which is when we do release this podcast every Monday, um, there is already released is a snippet of "We Pray" on Coldplay's YouTube. Go listen to it. It's the second verse of the chorus, and or the second go around of the chorus. That's what I mean. Um,
It's like the tiniest bit of the end of the second verse into the second
yes,
chorus.
yes, it's yeah, and
It was a really
it's
interesting
amazing.
situation with how the snippet's been released because first it got like tweeted and then immediately like taken down. And so it was unclear if it was a leak or what was going on. And then we realized slowly it's being regionally released by time zone. So whenever it hits Monday, wherever you are, then it's available
Which is right now. Yeah,
right now for you, dear listener, in the future. Um, but we have also heard it, so we can comment on it.
yeah, and it still sounds as good as it did whenever they played it at Glastonbury. Uh,
I will say I saw other people mentioning this and I did kind of I was feeling it myself a little bit. I don't quite I'll have a better idea when there's more of the song. I don't know quite how I feel about the mixing.
I
I don't
think that
know.
might have been the quality of the recording of like the quote unquote leak. I feel like that's it. Cuz it just doesn't sound very good. I feel like if once we get like once we get it on the Coldplay like official YouTube channel, maybe we'll get a better grasp of what's supposed to sound like cuz I got that too, but I just chalked it up to it being a really bad, rip from a video rather than the official video, or the official audio.
Yeah, that's fair. I listen to a downloaded version of We Pray from Glastonbury so often.
Mhm.
Um, like just constantly. I listened to it today. It's I really like it, but now I have like very high expectations for the studio version because it was so good at Glastonbury.
Yeah. I'm still super hyped for this song, and there's a potential that that's the next single too.
Which I
So
need it so badly. I need the whole single released at
yeah,
midnight, not just the snippet.
I'm hoping that they do what they did for whenever um Orphans and Arabesque was released, where they just released that song We Pray and I'm a Mountain at the same time. That way we would get two still album tracks on one, single. Um, if that makes sense. Yeah, that's what I really want. Even though I know that that's a big stretch, and the everyday life era was such a gift. It was such a gift to be living during that time. Um,
Everyone listening, remember to be grateful for everyday life. I
yeah,
don't want any everyday life hate.
yeah, yeah. Ugh, it's such a good album. Go listen to Everyday Life right now. Whenever you're done listening
Right
to mood
now.
music, wherever you are in time, listen to Everyday Life right after.
Yeah, I really hope We Pray is the next single. No hate to Good Feelings. Good Feelings is fine, but I like We Pray a lot better. I want that one next. Not just next, I want it now. I want to be listening to it right now.
Well, they could also maybe double release, We Pray and Good Feelings. Although Good Feelings and We Pray don't really vibe with each other. They feel like very opposite vibes. Um, but I personally, I really like Good Feelings, but that's just because, I feel like Johnny really shines on that song, and so does Guy. So, yeah. Both songs are really, really good. Very surprised at the lyrics during the Uh, God, what were the lyrics during We Pray? We were singing rah rah, yeah. Sing rah rah, man, not la la, which I thought that's what he was singing. That's all. That's not really important, but yeah. But by the end, we goes la 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 la. I can't stop singing "Dilemma" by Nelly. I don't know,
Because Chris stole the tune from Dilemma by Nelly. You heard it
like,
here first.
yeah, uh-huh. I hope they don't go through another another lawsuit. Um, I okay. I feel like it's different enough. I just keep slipping into "Dilemma" by Nelly.
It doesn't, I
Um,
can't tell the difference. Like, since you've shown me the song Dilemma by Nelly, I can't tell the difference. But that
I
might just
like
be
how
a
we
me
just keep calling it "Dilemma" by Nelly.
thing.
Na na na. All I think about is you. Oh, no matter what I do. Oh, all I think about is you. Oh. That song rules.
Yeah,
Go listen
it's the same,
to
it's the same
Dilemma
song
after whenever you're done to listen to Moon Music wherever you're on time and Everyday Life. Go listen to Dilemma
by
by
Nelly.
Nelly. That song just it's just so good, iconic. And then go listen to Casual by Chapel Roan.
Well, you should already have listened to that.
Yeah, no, I'm just
But,
saying, just like in this,
but go
this
listen to it
whole
again.
line.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Go listen to it again. Um, but yeah, that's gonna be it for this week. Again, as we said, we had a lot to talk about this week. Hopefully there's gonna be a lot more next week that we could talk about. Coldplay. We pray. We'll at least have the fan lyric video, to talk about that I was very I'm very privileged and grateful to be part of. So we'll definitely talk about that, and again, hopefully lots more. But thank you for joining us. My name is Monica,
My name is still Daniel.
and we are Weekly Coldplay. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Thank you for listening to Weekly Coldplay. For more Coldplay content from us, check us out on Twitter at Weekly Coldplay and Instagram at weekly.coldplay. That is weekly, period, Coldplay. And if you like what you hear, give us a follow on wherever you're listening to the podcast on. Thank you again, and we'll be back next week with more Coldplay news.